Well, it's raining on day one, but if you got a black sweater on your head, you're at Death Salon. This is day one of Death Salon. It's actually day 3. We had a lot of lead-up events, so it's only 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm already exhausted. I'm just gonna climb in here real quick. Bye, guys. It's been lovely knowing you. We just had a death salon last week. What is a death salon? Hell if I know. No, I'm kidding. I know what it is. What is a death salon? Are death salon and death cafe the same thing? They are not the same thing, although they're both, sort of deathy. It's in the name. Death cafe is a movement started in Switzerland in 2004. They really took off in England thanks to a man named John Underwood, who tragically died last year at age 44. The most important characteristic of a death cafe is they're 100% democratic. People come to talk about death over tea and cake, speaking in a group, but there are no experts. It's more about feelings and open discussion. Death salons, which are held by us, the Order of the Good Death, are expert-driven. Our inspiration was the 18th century salons to meet and learn about a topic. We host speakers and workshops and experts. It looks like you're just having a party. To be fair, part of it was a party. We had an Edward Gorey themed fundraiser. The Edward Gorey house brought us some of Gorey's cremated remains. We dressed up, and it was at the incredible Mount Auburn in Boston. I mean, part of Death Salon is finally getting to hang out with your fellow deathlings, so a lot of times it does feel like one big party. But we're also just a bunch of death nerds who love nerding out over all the death history and art and innovation that's going on right now. It's like death heaven, which would just be heaven, I guess. Who are these experts? Well, some are our friends and colleagues, and some are people we've just been obsessed with and get to invite. Here's a little taste.
Mount Auburn Cemetery illustrates African Americans' demand for burial rights, and today, here's some pictures, nice pictures of it today. It stands as a monument of historical legacy.
Well, the Boston Marathon Farm was basically a home funeral because nobody would help. The government disappeared, the clergy disappeared, everybody disappeared. They showed no respect at all to what was going on. Glad was a terrorist, but in the position I was in, you can't separate the sins from the sinners. I don't even try.
If you're a gay man my age living in Boston, you lost 1 out of every 4 friends that you had. 1 out of every 4 of us are not here. And we needed to invent ways to name that, because it was a shameful death. It was an unspoken death.
And so the research around psychedelics and death has been used not only for exploring ego death, but also in exploring how we actually die.
We secret shop funeral homes and ask for GPLs. We go in and ask, and we'll go back the next week and see if they tell us the same thing. It's one of the really fun things that we get to do.
The Muslim burial, as a new friend of mine, Sandra, a funeral professional, said, is the OG green burial. OG, for those who don't know, is the original gangster. And we basically do everything as simple, as natural, as quick as possible.
Cancer treatment is harsh. It's harsh. What if I just simply do not want to do it? Right? Can we have that conversation?
So there was a real mix of hope and despair, which kind of is exemplified in the death's head. The hope of the wings and the despair of the dead head, the skull with its gaping eyes.
Are there artists there too? Yes, we have a whole market of artisans. Here's some stuff I bought because I have no impulse control for morbid goods. What makes death salons special, more than just death lectures? I think the most important takeaway for a lot of people who come is a sense of community. They say, I found my people and I feel like I've come home. This year, home would be in a cemetery, which is fine, it kind of fits. And they're just fun. Last minute addition to the announcements. If you see any wild turkeys wandering the ground, which many of you have, you are not to speak to them. You are not to approach them. You are not to try and Instagram instigate them in any way. Just leave the turkeys alone. Turkey update. Turns out there is a BBC crew here filming a turkey documentary about turkeys in Mount Auburn Cemetery. Hi, it's Death Salon Originals. Sarah Wombold, Ellen Dickey.
It's a throwback.
The turkeys have been much less aggressive since they introduced the herding border collies in the cemetery. But where's the next one? Well, Death Salon could very possibly be in your neighborhood in the near future.
Now is a time when we usually announce where the next Death Salon is going to be. Through Death Salon, we've been able to grow an incredible community. That includes all of you here and so many other people around the world. Death positivity is not a trend. It's a movement, and in order to build upon the momentum at this stage in our movement building, that means we actually need to move, to change.
That was Sarah Chavez, by the way, not me. We look nothing alike, but because we both have bangs, people can't tell us apart. We're gonna do crimes together. We realize that not everybody has the ability to come to a big conference every year. So we're working on ways for you to bring smaller death salons into your own communities. The communities that you know the needs of better than we do. What kinds of events, speakers, themes do you want to see in your community? That's a real question. Tell us what you need and what you can do. Year of action. P.S. also, October is busy season at the Death House. Tour, going on. Paperback, book release. Podcast, subscribe now on iTunes and Spotify. Exhausted but excited, me right now. This video was made with generous donations from death enthusiasts just like you. Right now.